soldier? Where is your power armor?
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Brickmaker channel. I hope you enjoyed that introduction. It's something I'm going to start doing for most of these challenges as long as I can think of a good idea. Let me know if you like it, leave a comment down below if you enjoyed it. Halfway through I thought it was getting a bit silly, but it's I'm committing to it. A lot of people in the comments have been discussing the America Rising DLC for Fallout 4. And what that inspired me to do is that I wanted to go back and play some Fallout New Vegas, because it's been a long time since I've done a Fallout New Vegas challenge on this channel. So I can say that the America Rising Enclave Army for Fallout 4 is currently being made. But for now, we'll ask the question, can you beat Fallout New Vegas as a member of the Enclave? God, I have missed this intro. In respects to my cousin Colonel Autumn, I name myself Major Bottom, and get pretty close to what I believe an Enclave soldier looks like. Blonde hair, blue eyes, the entire time he's playing he's definitely got a southern accent. I'm pretty much just speccing into our energy weapons build, because being a member of the Enclave, although the weapon restriction isn't too strict, and I wasn't going to make it too strict on myself, I pretty much limited myself to energy weapons, plasma weapons, and then a 10mm pistol for certain times because Colonel Autumn has one. But the majority of the run will be using more or less energy weapons that I haven't used in previous runs of Fallout New Vegas. If you would like to know those weapons, you can go back and watch some of my old videos. The first place I want to visit though is Lone Wolf Radio. The reason for that is because there's many different types of equipment and miscellaneous items that I can grab at this point. I'm immediately going to take all of those items straight over to Prim. Luckily, as a member of the Enclave, there's no restrictions against using companions, and I can only use appropriate ones, so the first one I'm going to grab is the Enclave I bought, Edie. I feel like a lot of people don't remember that you can just fix him with parts from Lone Wolf Radio. I think a lot of people put a lot of stuff into repair or get him at a later time. But if you're doing a brand new save in New Vegas, you can grab Edie every single time. There's no restrictions, no nothing like that. As a member of our great nation's government, if there's one thing I cannot stand, is lawlessness. That is why I take it as my duty that I'm going to have to clear out this disgusting town of all the ingrates and cowards that do not represent our great nation. That is why I induct Prim Slim as the sheriff of this town, the only man that is reliable, because he is not a man. He is a robot, and robots are made to be controlled. That voice might come back later, I haven't decided yet. I'm still considering the travesty and the harm that I've done by doing that. 4 minutes in though, and I've already picked up my second Edie. That might be a world record for Edies collected within 4 minutes. And you guys might be wondering, why am I tackling Lonesome Road so early? It's not particularly tackling this DLC. There's something in here that I want. And luckily for me, I can grab it right at the start of the DLC. There's no need to fight through any sort of huge enemies. Running past the sentry bot, I make myself to General Martin Ratsliff, as he has the US General outfit. With my new attire in hand, I am now able just to leave Lonesome Road, because this is far too difficult to tackle at this level. The US General outfit is pretty much just a green version of the Colonel uniform from Fallout 3. Making me even closer to my cousin Colonel Autumn. With my fancy new threads on, I can start heading my way over to New Vegas. I take the shortcut through Hidden Valley, run past the Centaurs, and get myself through the Black Mountain shortcut. For these New Vegas runs, I remember that I like to do a bit of lore. How was this character got here? And the story that I want to tell is that this Enclave soldier was following the Edie robot. We know the story of Edie, how he ran away. He was sent to get to Navarro, but Colonel Autumn wanted all of them destroyed, so the great cousin, good Colonel Autumn, sent his most trusted man, Major Bottom, to hunt down the Edie robot. And now that I have Edie by my side, I am now going to arm myself and take over New Vegas. For the Enclave, for the US government, and for this great nation. And who better to recruit into my mission than Arcade Gannon? His father was a great servant to our great army, and this is becoming a little bit JFK. Forgive your enemies, but remember their names. Right, that That might be the last one, guys. Oh god. I make my way over to the Van Graaf so I can stock up on as much energy weapons as possible. I'm not going to use stuff like the plasma casters. I've used them before. I want to get a bit of a variety here. So I pick up a tri-beam laser and a plasma rifle, but to be honest, there's one specific weapon that I really want to try. So when I enter New Vegas, I quickly speak to Mr. House and head my cheeky little cheeks right over to the casinos, as I want to get as much caps as I can as quick as possible. After cleaning up Gomorrah and the Ultralux, I am now sitting with a very comfortable 30,000 caps. And that right there is more than enough to pick up the Spurtlewood 9700. I'm telling you right now, guys, this is one of my most favourite weapons in terms of aesthetic, sounds, everything. It eats ammo though, it eats it. Unlike the rest of my family during Christmas dinner, there's simply just not enough to go around except for myself. But as you can see on screen, it is melting all of the chairman bodyguards. I mean, Benny didn't even notice that I was wiping out his men with this gun. And with one firefight out of the way, I am out of ammo, but I can go speak to Yes Man. Now, I was considering another possibility in terms of who would the Enclave side with. The NCR or the Legion don't make sense at all, so it leaves House or Yes Man. House would only make sense if he was to become a member of the Enclave himself. I just don't think he would. I think he would want to lead. I think he'd want to be the powerful man. So, I believe that independent Vegas, leaving Vegas in as bad a state as possible for the rest of the Mojave to fix, and instilling a member of the Enclave as the head is probably the best solution. So we'll be going with the Yes Man ending. After giving Thomas an eye test, I head over to the Crash Vertibird. At this low level, I forgot just how strong all these hardened robots are. The Sentry Bots and the Mr. Gutsies take a hell of a lot of damage to take out. At one point I was pretty scared I was going to start running out of ammunition before I took them all out. I had to kind of glitch myself up in this rock so they wouldn't follow me around the back. I just had to poke my head out, fire, poke down, fire. But luckily I was saved. A great member of this great nation, this ghoul must have remembered his patriotism, and he ran straight over to save a member of the US military. Unfortunately, he is an abomination, and it would only be right to put him down. With that, I reach the Crash Vertibird and get one of the first storyline triggers for Arcade Gannon. I'm also able to pick up the Tesla Beaten prototype. Now, if you watched my previous video of Liberty Prime, I used this a lot in Fallout 4. And in Fallout 4, it's one of the best weapons I've ever used. So let's see how it holds up in Fallout New Vegas. Here's a spoiler, I've used it a lot before, it's really good. After seeing House's show of power, I decide here, he is not fit to be left alive in an Enclave-run world. He's too powerful. So it's at this point I decide, might as well take him out. Better now than later. A stitch in time saves 9. It took me forever to get that cool shot of me taking out House. And with the platinum chip and with Yes Man getting ready to take over, I decide to head straight over to Cottonwood Cove. The reason I'm doing it so early is because, well, look at Arcade being a sneaky little snake. This also gets you, I think, 4 storyline pass triggers for him. It's points, it all works on points. So I'm pretty sure once you visit the fort, it's usually enough to get all the points necessary to trigger his quest. But what I have to do now is get far enough in the main storyline to allow it to trigger. So the only thing to do is to head down into the bunker and start wiping out all the robots. But not the Securitrons, because, I mean, I would be an idiot. I would be a poor general. I'd be a bad Major Bottom if I did not take this opportunity to covet and acquire a huge mechanical army for the people, of course. With my army acquired, there's only one thing left to do, and that is to take out all the Legion at the fort. There is no place for slavery in this great nation. Unless the Enclave are the ones doing it, then it's okay. This was actually a pretty difficult battle, mainly because of ammunition. Again, ammunition seems to be the main source of my problems in these type of quests. So I have to be a lot smarter with my grenades and not blow myself up. And I use a nice little glitch around the back. I found this by total accident. It is one of the most handy and probably I must use this every single time I come to this fort. At least when I'm trying to wipe out the Legion. It would be strange for me to do this when I'm siding with them. With most of their health taken out, I whittle them down with the Tesla cannon and take my place on the throne. I inform Yes Man that I've been a very good little soldier and let him upload himself to the big computer. It's at this point that Arcade will trigger his quest. The quest Auld Lang Syne allows you to meet all the remnants of the Enclave and put together a squad for the final battle of Hoover Dam. At this point it's pretty simple, you just gotta hit all the different members in all different locations around the map. The first one's Ryan Moreno. The next place I needed to head to was Novak, and if you don't follow the safe passage to get to Vegas, it's actually really far out of the way, Novak. I forgot just how inconvenient it is. But I do get to meet Gaban for the second time ever, so that was nice. And they really disliked that, they even sent legionary assassins after me. And I had to make my way through Prim Pass. At this point though, I've got far too much firepower to be worried about a blind Deathclaw. I finally arrive at Novak and head straight over to see old Daisy. Daisy will be the pilot for the Enclave, and Arcade gives us a little bit more about his backstory. The next place is Cannibal Johnson, the very simple one. He's near the New Vegas Strip. Arcade gives us a bit more of his backstory, and we go meet with Judah Krieger, the leader of the group. Arcade's so impressed he starts using magic behind Judah Krieger to distract me. And that just leaves us with the final member of the group. We gotta make our way over to Jacobstown. We meet up with Marcus, but him being a mutant, we have no time for his nonsense. And I thought, you know what, to save time, I'll head straight into the cave and get the Tulip Stealth Boy first. You can't get it. You have to speak to Doc Henry first. So after chatting with the old man, the Night King just seems to appear. Getting myself all flustered and wasting my own time, Marcus asks me to help with some humans, and I tell him to piss off. Doc Henry starts experimenting on Lily, and Keen comes in here acting like a bit of a prick. Now I probably could have worked on getting the speech up high enough to convince Keen to not fight, but he's a dirty mutant, so I don't think any member of the Enclave would take away this opportunity to wipe out some mutants from the world. It's also here that I remember, why is Doc Henry the only member of the Enclave team that has a goddamn quest to recruit him? It's... yeah, you hide in your room, you old... But with the team all back together, Arcade lets me know to head over to the Remnants bunker. This is why I think it's always good to do Doc Henry last. He's got a quest and it's right next to the Remnants bunker anyway. Speaking to Judah Krieger, I let him know that we're going to be helping the NCR. It'll be obvious later why I'm helping the NCR to begin with, but with Orion Moreno all upset, I thought it would only be fitting to pass a speech check, as an Enclave general would not want to see any of his men fall. However, this part I was a little bit torn against. With Arcade, I actually told him to go back to Freeside so I could gain his power armor. On one hand, I thought to myself, it's pretty cool power armor, I've never used it in a challenge run before, I'll enjoy using this. However, part of me also thought, I do believe that a general would make sure he had as many soldiers as possible. So you guys let me know, do you think I made the right decision? I was pretty torn on that part. However, no time to think about past regrets, I gotta go buy a gun from Max for 1,000 caps. It's one of the reasons I don't want to get on the NCR's bad side quite yet. The first stage of it is heading over to Helios 1, as I want to get Archimedes back online. I also chose to do this after Arcade had left because he is not happy about that. And before I fully put it back online, I decided to get a little bit of NCR affiliation in the times being. Again, all of this will become clear later. Doing that, I decided to start doing some of the easy NCR quests like the Boulder City Showdown, and quickly marking Hoover Dam on the map. I also decided to head over to the Mojave Outpost, 1 so I can get access to Major Knight's repair, and so I can complete an easy quest for Ranger Jackson. This however was still not quite enough, so I decided to deal with the boomers now. Now I don't think I've ever had power armor this, well I was going to say early in the game, but it's not that early. I suppose early in the main quest to deal with the boomers. Because despite 2 attempts at getting through this bombardment, which is usually very easy when you hug the wall, I got taken out twice. So I decided to take off all my clothes, just run through it butt naked, and was able to do it first time. Now the boomers, in my opinion, would be an ally of the Enclave, or the Enclave would at least ally with them. They are very powerful, they've got a lot of information and a lot of knowledge about all this different type of weaponry. And once you've done their quests, they're very easy to control. So with that, I decided to ally with the boomers. I do however let the NCR know that I have allied with the boomers, and that gets me accepted. An accepted reputation with the NCR is enough to use your speech skill to speak to Quartermaster Barton. Once you have access to his supplies, you will never run out of ammo again. You just got to make sure you've got plenty of caps. But I'm still not finished with the NCR yet. But since I've got my ammunition, I decided to go finish off Archimedes. With my employee ID card, I revive Python, get it ready to set up Archimedes 2, and get my first charge for the weapon. Now even though I've set Archimedes up, I don't have to take out all the NCR troops. That would indeed affect my reputation, so for now I decided to go attack the Brotherhood of Steel. Now like Arcade said earlier, the Brotherhood hunted down a lot of the remnants of the Enclave, so I believe that this revenge is only fitting. Taking on the Brotherhood of Steel was always a difficult part of this game. Weapons like the chainsaw make it very easy, but weapons like this, energy weapons, I gotta be honest, it was doable but difficult, slow. I would describe it as slow. Luckily at this point now I'm also carrying my own power armor, so I'm not too weak when I'm taking them down. I am however one-shotted by this gauge rifle, which I really didn't expect that to come. But with the Elder taken out and Head Paladin Harden taken down, it only leaves one man left, the most strong and brave Headscribe Taggart, who no matter what stage you come in here at, he will be fleeing and hiding. But with that, my dear boy, I go over and set up the self-destruct sequence, get off one more shot before I leave, and bury those boys down in their tomb. On my way to see the Great Khan, I decide to have a little bit of fun and take on some fiends. There's no place in the new America for these people. And I have taken down you Legion dogs many times, and yet you still keep coming. Haven't you learned that democracy will always overcome, you rapscallions? I'm sure you guys can hear I am losing complete confidence in my impression of the Southern General, whatever it is I'm doing. I bring my shame to the Red Rock Canyon, where no matter how many times you attack the Great Khans, they'll never come out and fight. I swear every video I come here I highlight. Look, I just took out 2 of them from the house. When I walk in the house, when I walked in there was no one upset with me. The Great Khans are, they are the epitome of, oh, don't you hit me or I'll hit you back. Or you hit me once, oh, don't do it again. With them taken out, I decided to wipe out the rest of the strip as well. There is no place for the degenerates in this government. Right, I'm gonna stop. It's here that I started noticing something about the Spiritual Wood 9700. I'm pretty sure the green beam, I think it locks on to the nearest enemy if there's someone somewhat adjacent to what you're shooting at. I think it's a bit of a homing missile. I could be completely wrong, I could just be imagining that. But my hallucinations aside, I go back and report all the great work I've been doing with Yes Man, and he gives me my final quest. The reason I've been keeping a good reputation with the NCR is because I want to take out Kimball myself. There is no place for a false president in this great nation. Sorry, I promised. And one of the main reasons I put Archimedes online is so I could do this.
Check your fire!
How in the name of this great nation did he survive that? It was directly on him and it only took out half his health. I'll be honest, Archimedes is one of those weapons I've not used too often in even a casual playthrough. And I've always felt like, oh, it's so powerful, I can't just use it willy-nilly. And has it always been that crap? Please, leave a comment down below, let me know if I did something wrong with it, because really, President Kimball's wearing a suit and I only took out half his health? I really thought like an Archimedes shot would take out the entire base. I was worried it was going to hit me. Now, at this point, nobody is happy to see me here, except for the one Securitron and Edie, who has been a very good companion. I hit level 16 and pick up the Meltdown perk, which is, oh, it is fantastic to use with energy weapons. I'd actually forgotten about it as a perk. I think if I'd remembered it, I would have probably tried to get to level 16 quicker just so I could have used it for more of the game. It does, however, have its drawbacks, because when an enemy decides to sprint into you, they're a bit of a, they become their own lethal weapon, ensuring I give myself a little bit more wiggle room when wiping out the heavy troopers. I eventually reach the main computer, where I can install Yes Man and start taking over the dam. I will be, of course, using all the power in the dam to divert to the fort, as the Enclave needs its army. Speaking of an Enclave army, I finally get my reinforcements. It's damn good seeing you boys, it's damn fine. And you know what, I love Judah Krieger's outfit. I wish you could find that somewhere else in the game so I could have used it myself. It's such a nice little, the Enclave officer it's a very nice little uniform. Reaching the Legate's camp though, I forgot that one of the members of the team will join you here. And obviously if you decide to fight the Legion, it's Cannibal Johnson that takes your side, as he hates the Legion as much as, well, everyone except people in the Legion hate them. And I decide to show Cannibal Johnson and the Legate the full power of the Enclave. Now that hit off of President Kimball was just a glitch. This time we're going to see some real damage. I'm pretty sure he's walking, he's fine. I did get about half his health though, so that's a lot more, he's got a lot more health than President Kimball has, so I think that's pretty good going actually to wipe out about half his health. This battle with the Legate is pretty simple. When you come in here with the right weaponry and the right armor, the Legate's usually not too much of a problem. The difficulty of the Legate's camp is usually mostly felt when you've just got a melee weapon or one single weapon and no companions. It was nice having Cannibal Johnson and Edie, take a bit of the fire off of me for a while so I could focus on the Legate. But with the Legate taken out, I luckily get another charge for my Archimedes weapon, and decide if Kimball got it and the Legate got it, it would only be fit that General Lee Oliver also gets a little bit of the Eucalyptus Sea Finder. Now I'm pretty sure there's no way he'll live that. I mean, it's impossible, he's only in a shirt. And he is still fighting. He's still there. He's still standing. The Rangers have fell, he's still up. However, despite the absolute disappointment of the Elliptus Sea Finder, Archimedes 2, whatever you want to call it, I do indeed answer the question, can you beat Fallout New Vegas as a member of the Enclave? I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I've really missed playing New Vegas, so I'm really glad to get back to another New Vegas challenge. Like I said at the start of this video, the America Rising mod for Fallout 4 is underway, and that video will hopefully be coming soon. This is kind of like the prequel to the Fallout 4 video. This is just a taster of the Enclave. If you got this far in the video, write the word toenail, write toenail in the comments. And make sure you're subscribing, make sure you're liking, make sure you're sharing to all your friends. The last video for Liberty Prime got lots of views, so I'm really happy to see that. I'm glad you guys are enjoying the content. Leave any challenge ideas you have down below. Join my Discord, there's a link to it in the description below. And to be honest, I just hope you guys are having a great day. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.